everyone! Today I created this fall kind of inspired look for the Congress, and it's all using products from this little tiny bag. So if you're interested to see how I got this, then just keep on watching. One of my absolute favorite primers, and it's very affordable, is the Flower Cosmetics primer. This is the Perfecting Primer. This makes my makeup last so much longer. It is so good. It kind of fills in your pores and stuff, not crazy, but it's just a really good staple primer to have. I think it's $12.99 or something like that. Next, I'm going to go in with the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I have used this in a lot of videos already, so you know how I feel about it, but this one is quick and easy to use. It has great coverage, and it also has SPF 50 for outdoor shows, which is always awesome, but for the Congress, I know a lot of people's skin gets really dry because it gets cold part of the way through. So this has a little bit of a moisturizing effect since it is a CC cream. Then I'm just taking a damp sponge. I'm going to use a sponge to apply a lot of my cream and liquid products just because that's one less thing I would have to take to a horse show. You can always use your fingers too. I do that quite often. Next, I'm taking the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Redness. This is a really great concealer. I have a lot of just redness all around my face, so instead of using more foundation, I just go in with a little bit of concealer. And on this one, I do like to use a brush just to get the coverage because that's what we want with the concealer, is to conceal all of our blemishes or under eyes or whatever it may be. Once again, if you are actually showing, try to avoid putting foundation on your forehead because it will rub off on your hat, and I know hats and helmets are very expensive. So try to avoid that, and then if you're just walking around the show and you have horse show makeup on, just wear a hat, like a ball cap type of hat, and no one's ever going to know you don't have foundation on your forehead. Next, I'm just going to go in with a concealer under my eyes. This is actually my first time trying this. This is the Born This Way concealer by Too Faced, but I've used it on clients at Sephora and I absolutely love it. And this is in the color Light. And then once again using, well, since I would technically be packing this brush since I used it with my other concealer, I really like this. This is a Morphe E8 for concealer under my eyes if you want more coverage. I'm just going to use my sponge, especially because that Morphe one they no longer make. Or they make a similar version, but not that exact one. It was a limited edition. And I'm actually going to take this onto my lids as well. And that's going to act as our eyeshadow primer instead of having to take an eyeshadow primer as well. I'm loving that concealer. It's nice and hydrating, especially because my skin is a little extra dry right now. And I know a lot of people's skin does get a little bit more dry in the winter, especially at the Congress, so that might be a good option if you do have more dry skin. And then for an under eye setting powder, this is actually one of my favorite under eye setting powders. I just don't use it a lot on my channel. I don't know why. This is the e.l.f. under eye, I think it's high definition under eye setting powder, but it's so little and tiny, it's easy to travel with. And then to set my entire face, this is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin powder. I think it's actually powder foundation. I don't know. It makes your skin look really nice and airbrushed, and it's very like skinny and compact, so it's easy to travel with. It does come with a sponge if you wanted to use that, but I just use a brush. And by setting all your foundation with a powder, it's going to make it last longer so it doesn't move anywhere, because liquids will move if you don't set them down with the powder. And then it's also going to help if it's still sticky or anything. Set it down, take away a little bit of the dewiness if you like a more matte finish. Okay, for the brows, I have been doing this a little bit lately. It's quick, it's easy, it's 2 products, you don't need a brush. This is the Essence Make Me Brow, or you could use the Benefit Give Me Brow. And then the Sephora Collection Waterproof Brow Pencil, and this is in Honey Blonde. I haven't plucked my brows in a hot second, so please ignore that. I'm actually trying to grow them out at the moment. So first I like to go in with the Essence Make Me Brow. And honestly, if you have good brows, just use this and you can be done. I personally like to have a little bit more shape to my brows, so that's why I go in with the pencil and just define. And that is how I do my brows. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. I'll be right back. Moving on to eyes. I'm going to use one eyeshadow. It's crazy, I know. However, this is the Bella Pierre Cosmetics Jadoo. It's like a really pretty fall color. You will see it on my eyes in just a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flat, semi-fluffy brush and spray it with some MAC Fix Plus. This is going to help so that we don't have fallout because this is a loose pigment. And I'm just going to start by packing it on the lid. Then I'm taking a natural bristle brush. That is so hard for me to say. I'm just going to buff out the lines. Then I'm taking a little bit more eyeshadow. And it got just a little bit messy right in this area, so I'm going to clean it up just with the makeup wipe, and then I'll go back over it with my concealer and everything. Then what I'm going to do on the lower lash line is take a little tiny pencil brush, and I'm going to use the same color because, like I said, I'm only using one color. I'm sticking to it. Then I'm going to go over it with that natural bristle brush. This, by the way, is the Morphe M433. If you have the MAC 217, it's practically the same thing. And I have that really nice smoky kind of cranberry effect. So pretty. It goes with a lot of outfits, to be honest. You can wear it with reds, you can wear it with coppers, browns, anything really. For the inner corner in my brow bone, I'm actually going to use my highlighter, which is Becca Opal. I have this from one of the travel sets. And it's just little, it's tiny. It's another thing that I can just throw in there and use for multiple steps. I definitely recommend checking out the travel section of Sephora or even Ulta if you go there, because there are little things like goodies you can get for travel, and it's really, really, what's the word, convenient. Then I'm going to add some eyeliner into my waterline and my tightline. For my tightline, I'm using the Marc Jacobs highliner in the black shade. This will help look like we have a fuller lash band. This particular look, I am not using lashes, but you can definitely add them. No biggie. Then I'm taking the Estee Lauder Pure Color. It's a little tiny eyeliner in the color Blackened Cocoa. And I'm going to put that in my waterline. I'm just taking a little bit more of our Bella Pierre Pure pigment. I think what I'm going to do, you can add a wing liner. I can't decide if I want to. I'm going to start off with just this Estee Lauder pencil. I'm just going to smudge it out. Doing just a baby wing. Next, I'm taking my favorite mascara. It's the Max Factor Masterpiece Max High Volume Definition Mascara. I got this in an influencer box, and I'm so glad I did because it is so good. It does not transfer. It lasts all day, and it makes my lashes huge. So there are the eyes done. And then another little tip I have for you guys is to make a Z palette. I know a lot of you are probably already at the Congress and it's too late. Sorry about that. I'm gonna do a whole Congress month of makeup next month. However, or next year, maybe. However, this is always a really good idea. This has just a bunch of random shadows and stuff, and then my contour and blush, as well as like this is a contour, this is a bronzer, this one is a highlighter. So it's really handy to have around, and you don't have to carry a bunch of palettes. To contour, I'm using the MAC Taupe Sculpting Powder, I think is what they call them. It is the perfect color for me. I can build it up really easily, but it looks very natural still. It doesn't look like I have a harsh line. Okay, now I'm kind of cheating because my contour got a little bit messy. I didn't put this in my bag. I could probably fit it, but this is a Kat Von D Lock It Setting Powder. And I'm just, any translucent powder, I'm just using it to bake this area so that it cleans it up for me. It's actually going to bring the brightness back and kind of diffuse the darkness, if that makes sense. And then I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit with that same color. For blush, I'm just using Blush Baby from MAC, again because it's in that palette. It's convenient, but I also have individual blushes that I love. I love the Urban Decay ones. Becca has some awesome ones. NARS are probably my favorite. Then, like I said earlier, I am taking Opal from Becca to highlight. And then for lips, my all-time favorite lip liners, these things are super good, I need more colors, are the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liners. They go on super creamy, super pigmented. This is in the color Vintage. And then I'm using a liquid lipstick from Dose of Colors in the color Brick, just a really nice dark red.